We might have had time to do something.
They might have been able to save her.
Could have done something to help.
He could have said something that mattered.
I could have done something.
Sadly, that sounds all too familiar. Knowing what to do in a real emergency is not something to think about when the emergency's happening. You have to think about it beforehand, and hopefully you've had a chance to practice it.
Don't run, walk, line up.
We all remember the fire drills in school and the duck and cover drills for severe weather. Why do we remember them? Because we planned ahead. We practiced. We knew the plan.
We are going to do a duck and cover.
Know the plan. You have a better chance of surviving and avoiding injury. You have a better chance of helping your students, co-workers, your neighbors, and your own children stay safe. The Fort Worth ISD has gathered all the emergency information you need into one easy-to-use location, www.fwisd.org/plan.
The Fort Worth ISD is committed to the safety and security of all of its students, faculty, staff, and visitors to its facilities. To support that commitment, the district urges all students, all workers, and all parents to know the plan by regularly reviewing emergency operating procedures for school, for the workplace, and for home.
What kinds of dangers do we face on a regular basis? The obvious answers are those we've always prepared for: fire and severe weather. But in today's world, we have to be broader in our thinking. For example, intruders into our schools and workplaces are a real threat. The changes in our world require us to think about the unthinkable so we can be better prepared. We even have to think about threats that come from within. Keeping our schools and workplace safe requires that we all have a plan to meet any kind of threat. You have to know the plan and then implement the plan. There are 4 parts to any emergency plan: prevention, preparation, response, and recovery. What might not seem significant at the time, when combined with other information, may become a clear picture of suspicious activity. Connecting the dots before an incident occurs has become an integral and imperative job. Report suspicious behavior, such as someone being in an area where they shouldn't be. What about that unattended backpack or package in a public place? What if you overheard someone talking about doing massive harm to buildings or people? The bottom line is that good common sense should prevail. If you see something that just doesn't seem right for the current time and place, then the best course of action would be to say something to someone who can help determine if your suspicions are right. Disasters affect thousands of us every year. We've faced floods, fires, tornadoes, and even illness. The result has been property damage, strained emergency services, sickness, and even loss of life. Be ready to help yourself and those around you until emergency services arrive. If the disaster is big enough, that may take a while. Just surviving may depend on how well you've prepared.
You know, it's not really that difficult to prepare. It just takes a little bit of planning.
The Know the Plan preparedness page will help you plan not only for emergencies at school and in the workplace, but also to make sure every member of your household is familiar with your family plan. Included on the preparation page are links to checklists, resources, and information to assist you in the process. The response to any emergency situation must be quick and minimize risks to people and property. So what types of responses are we talking about? As examples, there are building evacuations, leaving the building and moving to a safe place either on campus or at home, or even relocating to a safe location by vehicle. Reverse evacuation, moving inside for shelter, such as in the case of an approaching storm. Lockdown, securing all entry doors and not allowing anyone inside except law enforcement. Shelter in place, keeping everyone secured in the building while watching outside conditions in case more actions are needed. Our job is to educate children. When circumstances prevent us from doing that job, the primary task becomes safely and efficiently reuniting students with their families. An orderly school evacuation to an off-campus site requires that everyone know their part of the plan.
To know how many kids are
The
here.
Know the Plan website contains important information developed with the help of parents that can help you explain the important process of student-parent reunification. Recovery means getting life back to normal, and it must be carefully timed and coordinated to meet the needs of both students and staff. In the short term, vital services may need to be restored. Long-term recovery includes restoring physical facilities to their pre-event conditions and dealing with the sometimes traumatic emotional after-effects. The Fort Worth ISD will return to normal educational activities as quickly as possible following any emergency. Resuming business as usual can be an important recovery tool for everyone. You should know that our plan includes a team of trained crisis response workers in student support services. They can help restore a sense of safety, security, and personal control. Continuity becomes a safety net for those whose lives have been disrupted. The continuity of attending school daily and participating as much as possible provides children and adults with some security and sense of stability. During an emergency, communications is essential. Our plan includes using the school district website, Facebook, and Twitter to distribute important information. This is a special announcement from the Fort Worth Independent School District. In addition, we will use the ParentLink telephone delivery system, which can send voice and email messages. Of course, we'll use the traditional news media, television, radio, and newspaper, as well as our own EdTV on Charter Cable Channel 30 and ATT UVerse Channel 99.
So now that you know that we have a plan, what's your part in it? Know the plan at school, know the plan at work, know the plan at home. Talk about it with your students, with your coworkers, and with your family. It just might make all the difference.